So, Amazing Grace. And what I'm going to tell you now, right, is your saving grace. I found out this morning, right, that the Five of Swords, yes, we associate it with defeat and pushing forward, mistakes, reassessment, surrendering, and all that lot, right? But it also means a state of grace, right? So this started me thinking, and I thought, yeah, this is exactly right what is happening to most of the feminine energy at the minute, right? It's this surrendering, it's this giving up to the universe, the understanding that the other person hasn't got a clue they haven't got a clue that you're trying to save their soul as well as your own. They don't know that. So you put your swords down, yeah? Because you can't change them. This is when you do it, it's accepting defeat or loss with grace, right? And I'm doing this because it feels like it's divine timing. This, it feels like you need to know this, right? Because to this state of grace, you know it, right? You know it when you've had, you've changed, right? You've upset the apple cart. It's us that's done it. You know what I mean? You want more of everything. You demanded it. And you deserve it, right? But in doing so, because of this change, you've pissed them off. You've caused untold disruption, and often without doing or saying anything these days, isn't it? Right? It's just that your alarm went off, right? And you woke up and theirs isn't gone off yet, and they stir every now and then they go back to sleep, right? That's what's like happening. I mean, you didn't like anyone to disturb your sleep, did you? But you're awake now, so you're wide awake, and you know what it feels like to drag yourself out of that sleep. You know what it takes, and so this is why you keep forgiving them. You know what I mean? You can get startled out of your sleep. You can wake up nicely or get startled with all different ways, but their alarm is different from yours. So that compassion and the sadness that you feel for all that could have been, for what you glimpse their hearts to be, for all that they could be feeling right now, that is your saving grace, right? That is knowing and accepting defeat with grace. It's a feeling, it's a state of grace, this, right? This knowing that you can't save their soul. It's a saving grace, it's a state of grace. And you know that feeling, and you know it because as soon as they trigger you don't care about their alarm. You just start banging doors, mumbling stuff, however you want to wake them up, telling them that they didn't care when you were sleeping in, and how do they like it, and you're back in. You don't realise you keep going back to sleep. You're in a nightmare. You're telling them that they're in a nightmare, and all of that feels totally different from being in a state of grace, doesn't it? It doesn't feel good. I mean, some of the things that you say to them, they might feel good fleetingly, but the hurtful things you say and the hurt, in the end, it just hurts you. And that's why you forgive them, because you're in that as bad as each other cycle. That's what it does. So if you can accept this defeat, accept your loss, stop trying to change them, right? Leave their alarm clock alone. Change does happen, right? Amazing things. And that's why we say, I know now, amazing grace. That's what it means. You have amazing grace. That's what you have when you stay in that compassionate knowing how that felt. That's your saving grace. It's an amazing grace to have, and this is one of might be just one of the things that is stopping everything from moving forward, and it feels really divine timing that I have to get on and say this. I hope I've explained it enough, easy enough, you know what I mean, so that you can understand. You do understand, because you know everything now. You know what I'm saying. Stay in a state of grace.